friends, and welcome to Little Bitty Noggins. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I am Amy and I love to crochet and I love to teach other people how to crochet. So today we are going to be making a granny square. It's going to have 5 rounds and I am going to show you how to do it from start to finish. For this project, you will need some worsted weight yarn in whatever colors you want to make your granny square in, a G crochet hook, pair of scissors, and a yarn needle. So I'm going to move some stuff out of the way here so we can start on our project. Alright, so there are a couple of ways you can start your granny square. You could start it with a magic ring and work into the magic ring and then pull it tight. Or you can chain and then crochet into the circle that you have made with your chain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the chain one because it's a little bit more, I don't know, it gives you a little more space at the end. To make a slip knot, I take my working end of the yarn, wrap it around my fingers, tuck it under the tail yarn that I have that's wrapped, and pull the loop like so. Alright. So, next thing next, we are going to take our hook and we are going to chain 5. So we've got our loop on there, we're going to yarn over, grab our tail, pull that loop through just like that, and we're going to do that 5 times. Yarn over, grab our work, pull it up to the hook, pull the loop over, the yarn over. And we are going to do that for a total of 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. Then we are going to take our hook and we are going to put it into that first chain that we made. Just like that, we're going to yarn over and pull it through both of those. So we end up with a loop right there of chains. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. From this point, we are going to be making double crochets. So we're going to do 2 double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into that circle that you made, pull up a loop, yarn over again, pull through 2, pull through 2 more, just like that. So yarn over, insert your hook into that loop that you made of chains, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And now at this point, we are going to be at our first corner. So, granny squares have 4 corners, just like a square does. To create those corners, we are going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then we are going to do 3 more double crochet into that same loop that we made. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And you can see now there's a little corner right there. That chain 2 creates a corner. We're going to do it again. So chain 2 more after you've done your 3 double crochet, and then do 3 more double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, like so. So now we've got 2 corners. We're going to chain 2 more for our 3rd corner, and we are going to do 3 more double crochets into that center. So we got 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and then the next part, you are going to chain 2, and you are going to find the top loop of your chain 3 that you made to start this off. And you are going to insert your hook into the top of that chain 3. If I can get it to go through both loops like so. And you are going to pull up. Come on. There it is. You're going to pull up a stitch. So there is the base of our granny square. Now this is the point where you would change colors. So that's what we are going to do. So give me 1 second to grab my orange yarn here. And what we are going to do is we're going to take our orange yarn. We're going to find our end. And now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have changed colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull that back out of the top of the chain there. And we are going to, let's see the best way to do this. We're going to insert our hook here. Instead of yarning over with our working yarn for red, we're going to take our beginning of our orange yarn and place it where that red yarn would be. So here's the orange yarn, and we are going to take the orange yarn and we are going to pull it through, come on, the chain 3 and the working yarn for the chain 2 right there. And then what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1, 2, 3, just like we did in the beginning. And we are going to work kind of backwards. So we're going to do 2 double crochets into this spot right here. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, and do 2 double crochets into that chain section right there. Just like this. So that is the start of your round 2. So there's the chain 3 here, 2 double crochets, and now between jumping from this corner to this corner, you're going to chain 1. So this is just giving us some space in between, and then we are going to do 3 double crochets into this corner space here. So 3 double crochet, and then we are going to chain 2. 1, 2. So basically what is happening is for each chain that we put in the corner, we do 2 sets of 3 double crochet. I know that's a lot. So this chain right here gets 3 double crochets. This chain right here gets 3 double crochets. So we chain 2, and we're going to do another set of double crochet into this same section. So 1, 2, and 3. And again, since we are jumping from one section to another, we are going to chain 1. Then we are going to do 3 more double crochet into this section here. So we got 1, 2, and 3. And then chain 2 into that same section, 3 more double crochets. This is where we are making our corners. 1, 2, and 3. Now always remember, between the corners, you're going to put 1 chain stitch, setting us up for the next round. So then on to 3 more double crochets in this corner. And at this point, it is safe to cut off your red yarn like that, so it doesn't get tangled with your other yarn colors that you are using. My orange yarn is struggling to let me have some more yarn. All right, so let's do 1 more double crochet here, and then we're going to chain 2, 3 more double crochet, 1, 2, 3. If you find that I am double crocheting too fast for you and you are having a hard time keeping up, please feel free to slow down the playback speed. That is a great tool that YouTube has in the in the YouTube app to make it a little bit easier for you. So the next thing we do, we chain 1. We're going to do 3 double crochet here. 1, 2, oh, split the yarn. 2 and 3. And then we're going to chain 2, and we are going to insert our hook into the top of the chain 3 that we made at the beginning. And then we're going to drop our working yarn for our orange, and we are going to pick up the working yarn for our yellow. And we are going to slip stitch the yellow into the orange here. So we pull that through and then pull it through this one. And then we're going to chain 3, just like we did before. Pull our orange yarn nice and tight back there so it tightens up that chain, and we are going to work on our 3rd row here. So we are going to do 2 double crochet into that back section behind where we just did that chain 3. So 2 double crochet into that, 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the part where it might get a little bit tricky, or you might just be like, oh, I got this, no problem. We are going to be doing a chain 1, and then we are going to do 3 double crochet into this center stitch here, right there. So 3 double crochet. So this is scooting us across to the next section, or next corner, I should say. So 3 double crochet, and then a chain 1. And then we're heading into the corner. We're going to do 3 more double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to chain 2. So remember, each corner has 2 sets of 3 double crochet and 2 chains in between. So when you are working across, you're not doing 2 sets of double crochet in each of the center sections. You're only doing 1 set, so it only needs 1 chain. So you do 1 chain, and then 3 double crochet in the next area. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then 1 more chain between, moving to the corner. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then 3 double crochet. And then we're going to chain 1. Oh, I split my yarn. Pull it up. All right, we're going to chain 1. I'm trying to move some stuff off of my workspace here. We got a lot of yarn on here. All right, so chain 1 after this section. And there's only 1 chain here, so there's only 1 cluster of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. 1, 2, 3. And then how many do we do in the corner? We do 2. 2 chains right there. And then another set of 3 double crochet. There's that. Chain 1, 3 double crochet, like so, chain 1 in between, and now we are at our last corner. We do 3 double crochet, and then a chain 2, 1, 2, insert our hook into the top of that chain like so. So you've got the top of the chain, 3, and you've got your working loop here. And then we take our next color of yarn. We're going to cut the yellow off. Take our next color of yarn, and we are going to lay it on top of our hook like so, and then pull it through the loops. And then we are going to chain up 3. So what we've learned is basically each corner is going to have 2 sets of 3 double crochet with 2 chains in between those 2 sets, creating our corner. The sections in the middle are going to have 1 chain stitch between 1 set of double crochets, 3 double crochets. And as your granny gets bigger, you're going to do 3 double crochets here, 3 double crochets here, with a chain in between the corners, or in between going to the corners. But our corners always stay the same. It's 3 double crochet, 2 chains, 3 double crochet, and then a chain after each. So heading back in, we're going to pull that yellow tight, 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 and we are going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then we're going to do a chain stitch, and then we are going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, and do some of this yarn, and then 3 double crochets, 1, 2, oh, 1, and this is 2, and there's 3, chain 1. Heading into our first corner, we are going to do 2 sets of 3 double crochets. There's that, chain 2 in the middle, and then 3 more double crochets. Like so. So there's our green corner. Trying to see if I can find my yarn bowl, because this little green guy here is just flopping all over the place. I'll try to avoid that. Okay. So next, we are going to do a chain 1 and 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and because we're working across, we're going to do a chain 1 and then 3 more double crochets, and then a chain 1 and 3 more double crochets. So we're in that corner. We're going to do 2 chains in between these 2 clusters. So chain 2, 3 double crochet in the same space, and now because we're working across, we chain 1, 1, 2, and then 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, then chain 1. Working into our corner, we do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and then 3, chain 2, because it's a corner. 3 more double crochets in the same spot. Chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 more double crochet, chain 1, and then in this last corner we are going to do 3 double crochet and then chaining 2. 1, 2, and then we are going to find the top of that chain 3 again, right there. And we are going to grab our 5th and final color. You don't have to stop at 5. You could do as many colors as you wanted to do. You could change it up. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You could continue this and make a huge granny square blanket. Or you could make a whole bunch of these and make an Afghan that has just a bunch of different granny squares. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm doing. And you can continue this same pattern for as long as you want to. That's the magic of a granny square. It just can keep on going. All right, so we are going to take our blue yarn here and we are going to insert it where we left off. All right, so we inserted into the top of that chain 3 and we had our working loop on there. We put our yarn over and then pulled it through both of those things. And we are going to chain up 3 and backtrack slightly into this this area right here and do 2 double crochets. There's 1 and then 2. Chain 1 because we are working across. Give me 1 second. I don't know, I did not cut my green yet. Let's cut that real quick and put it to the side and then set our blue in the yarn bowl so it's not flopping everywhere. All right, so we did 2 double crochet there because our chain 3 at the beginning counts as our double crochet, our first double crochet. We chain 1 and we do a set of 3 double crochet into this first section here, like so. Chain 1, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, and then we do a chain 1, and then 3 more double crochet. So basically, as big as your granny square gets, you're just going to make sure that the only places that you are putting 2 chains and 2 sets of 3 double crochet are the corners. Everywhere else is 1 set of double crochet and 1 chain. So after that 3 double crochets, we chain 1. Going into our corner, we do 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 2 because corner, and then 3 more double crochet, chain 1, 3 more double crochet, there's that, and then we do chain 1. Give me 1 second to pull out some of this yarn here. All right, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, And again, if I am going too fast for you, please feel free to slow down the playback speed. I know sometimes I get a little ahead of myself. Sorry. All right, onto a corner. So it's going to be 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Chain 2. 1, 2. 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Heading down that row, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next section. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3. And because we're in the corner, we are going to chain 2. Chain 2. 1 and 2. 3 more double crochet into that corner. There we go. Chain 1, 3 double crochet. Oh, when the yarn splits, right? 1 more double crochet in there. Chain 1, 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then the last section is 3 double crochet and then a chain 2. One, 2, and then you're going to insert your hook into the top of that chain 3 that you made at the beginning, just like we have been. And if you want to, you can continue your colors. Go on to whatever you want to do. I could continue with purple if I wanted to. I don't have purple next to me right now because I was just going to do 5 rounds. But you just keep continuing in this same pattern of three double crochets into each of these single spots, and then 2 sets of double crochet into the corners with 2 chains in between here and 1 chain in between on the rows. And your granny square will just keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. As long as you're doing the steps correctly, you could make this as big as you wanted to. Or you could make a bunch of them and then just sew them together. So I hope this has helped you. So I'm going to finish this granny square off right here, just like this. And I am going to chain 1, pull up my loop here, cut my yarn, and then if we look at the back side here, we have all of these tails. What you're going to want to do with these tails is you are going to want to weave them in. A lot of times crocheters complain about making granny squares and changing colors so often because there are so many tails to weave in. So we're just I'm gonna sit here and put some of these tails where they need to be. Just like that, if it'll work its way through. Sometimes you gotta use the table to push. I've done that in a couple of videos, which is kind of funny. Okay, so that one is gonna get cut right there. like so. Grab the other red, and they don't have to be woven in with the red, they could be woven in with the orange or wherever. Just be woven in like that. I try to keep the like colors with the like, just so you're less likely to see any color changes inside. So we're going to take our orange yarn and we are going to weave it in and out of some of these spaces here, like so. And then we are going to cut like that. Do the same thing with this orange one. So we're going to just weave it in and out of these stitches, like so. Do it again this way, because if our squares are going into a blanket, the blanket's going to get a lot of wear and tear. And it's going to be snuggled, and you don't want tails popping out all over the place. Another thing that you can do is you can take a felting needle, and you can sit there and kind of felt the bits and pieces into the fabric itself. And it is a lot less likely to come out or fray or do, you know, the things you don't want a yarn tail to do when you're giving a gift or if you're using something that is crocheted. All right, so for this one, the tail is a little short, so I'm gonna put my needle where I want it to go, and then I am going to thread the yarn into the needle, like so, like that. And then I'm gonna cut that tail there, pick up the next one, like that, and do the same thing. So we weave in our ends. I suggest if you are going to do a large project with a bunch of granny squares that you weave in your ends as you finish the granny squares. I know that sounds like a pain in the booty, but it's better than having to weave in ends when you have finished all of your granny squares, because you're going to be there forever. But if you do them as you make them, you're spreading the time out, basically, instead of doing them all at once and having to sit there and do what I'm doing currently. You're just going to do them at the end of each granny square, get it done and over with, and then not have to worry about it when you need to attach your squares. So I highly recommend doing them as you make them. Like that. 3 more. And then our granny square is going to be done. So we're going to weave this down, in and through there, like that. Pull that there. All right. Cut that one. And now the last ones, we've got the blue from our tail, and then we've got the blue from the start. And then we will have finished our first granny square. All right, and the last one, the piece de resistance. I'm going to weave this one in like that. We go up a row, in and out of some of these stitches, like so. And then I'm going to go down this way. Like that. Make sure everything's nice and straight and tidy. can see right there. Okay, and we're going to cut this, flip it over, and there you have it, my friends. The basic granny square pattern. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope it helped you understand something that you didn't understand before, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of y'all supporting me and helping me and, you know, giving me ideas and interacting with me on my lives and just all of the fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for everything, and I appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Like, comment, share with your friends who want to learn how to crochet. I love teaching and I love helping others learn something new. That's all for me for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you all again next time. Bye, friends.